Oh, I don't think I can see very well. Okay, this is just a test only. I just wanted to see if I can actually go live. All right. Okay, well, hello everybody. My name is Daryl, and I'm just testing to see if, like I said, I can go live, and I guess I can. So what you're seeing behind me is part of my layout, and this is the beach scene. All righty. Okay, I'll just wait to see if anybody comes on the chat just to see if we get anybody who wants to chat. All right. Hey, good evening, Tom, NS Layout. Again, this is Daryl. I'm just checking to see if this thing, if that actually could go live. And obviously I can. Hey, James. Well, I'm glad to have you guys on. Can you guys hear me okay? Cool. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know my lighting in this area isn't too good, but I thought maybe by using the lighting in the back of my layout would be good enough. I mean, I'm not the prettiest guy in the world, but hopefully this will do. Cool, loud and clear. All right. Well, I'm not really good with technical things, so I'm using my phone to watch the chat. Oh, I can see it on my computer screen. Wow, check that out. That's pretty cool. Like I said, this is my first live stream, and I just thought I would put it out there. If you guys want to talk about anything or ask me a question, shoot. Gerald says, my locomotives look a lot better than mine. That's funny. Yeah, this is right here. This scene is kind of like one of my favorite scenes. It's like I said, it's my beachfront, and I get a lot of nice comments about it. So I thought, well, I'll just live stream here. What got okay? So I don't know how to pronounce your name. Okay, how I got into model railroading? That's a good question. I think it. I got into model railing when I was a kid. I mean, my dad and my grandpa, they were always around it. So then I stepped out of it for a while, and just recently, I just decided to start model railroading. I'm in Southern California, and so it my layout's in a garage. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, first when I was doing this afternoon, I just thought, I made a couple of mistakes, and through a little trial and error, here I am. So cool. Gerald asks, do you have any cabooses for switching Reverse moves. I only have one caboose. This is more of a modern layout, but with my older steams, I put a caboose on. I really haven't done much switching. Um, I mean, I think I put like one or two videos out of switching, but other than that, it's you know, how did my okay? Tom's NS layout asked, how did the corner turn out? The corner turned out really, really nice. Like I stated in my second video, I shouldn't have posted the first video before and after. I should have waited till it was actually kind of completed. So yeah, if you go up on my channel, you can see it. It turned out really, really nice. I'm really, really happy with it. So so again, this is just like a modern layout, and I don't know if I could I don't know if I could take the computer around and show you, but um, I did do a garage tour, and like I said, this is in a garage, so it's really dusty, it's really dirty, and actually, this part right here, the water part that I poured, it gets really, really dirty. So I'm not in a basement where I can control the dust in here. It's just unfortunate. So, but any case. Yeah, this might be kind of late. I don't know where everybody's chatting from. So if you guys can kind of tell me where you're chatting from, because let's see here, California time is 6:54. So if anybody can tell me where you guys are chatting from, that would be great. Gerald asked, and what code? I'm running code 83, and it's all Pico. So all my switches are Pico, and all my switches are number eights, and they're all electro frogs, all of them. And again, a lot of people ask me, why don't you run something smaller like sixes? It, it's just easier for the six axle locomotives and the steamers to go through the number eights. Yeah, it reduces my layout size by quite a bit, because with a number six, I can get in there pretty good. So, all right. Is this your first layout, and how long you've been? Okay, New Mexico. Okay. And D Shepherd is watching from New Zealand. Well, hello, New Zealand. Wow, that's pretty cool. And Gerald is in Plainfield, Illinois, around 30 miles southwest of Chicago. Wow, that's pretty cool. I was kind of hesitant on doing this because there's quite a few guys in Strasbourg right now, and those guys are doing a lot of live streaming on their Strasbourg on Strasbourg. And I wish I could have really gone, but with work and everything, it just wasn't possible. So, but it anyways, cool. Thank you for telling me where you guys are from. That's cool. So, like I said, this was kind of like a test only, and it's actually turning out pretty good. I mean, I didn't expect to see anybody come up on the chat, so I'm very humbled. Thank you, guys. So let's see what else can I. Well, like I said, this is more of a modern layout, so it's not addressed to any one place. It's just kind of imaginary, which is kind of fun because I just let my mind do the building. and I put my mind to my hands, and my hands do the work. I've tried modeling certain places, but I think the problem with that for me is I can get a little OCD on that, and I'll just spend so much time on one area and trying to get it all picture perfect. It doesn't become fun anymore. So I just decided to do a layout that's modern, what I see when I'm out on the road, and I try to mimic it. All right, let's see here. Okay, Tom's NS layout. He is in Missouri. Well, thank you very much. Well, I appreciate that. Tom says, I agree. Your test is doing great. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate that. Like I said, this is all new to me. I'm kind of a private person, so I decided to put my layout up on YouTube, and that was a really big step for me because I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on TikTok, um, I'm not really on any of the social media platforms, and that's because, like I said, I'm kind of private. But through a lot of my friends and family, they said, Daryl, you should put your work out there, put it up on YouTube. And so I did. And actually, let me see, I've only put out like 29 videos. I've got almost 500 subscribers. So that's pretty good. I think. So I'm just kind of blown away by everybody's attention. All right. Okay, Cheryl says, really enjoy your videos. Your layout rocks. Thank you. Love the fact that you use us as space and you can for extra tracks. Love the fact that you use as much space. Oh yeah. Yeah, this I kind of it's kind of almost like a traveling trailer. I because traveling trailers, you got to use every available space, and that's kind of like what I've done with this garage. I've used every available space, and this is just personally for me. I mean, like in between this aisle right here. I mean, my shoulder just barely fits between this aisle. So for me to have a buddy or two come over, I it's kind of difficult. Okay, I do like how you have other railroads other than just Union Pacific or NS. Great to see all kinds of colors. Exactly. Thank you. I'm having a hard time pronouncing your name, so I'm just going to call you Kay, if that's okay. I, I my attention span is very short, so with layout, I want to see different, like what you said, and I couldn't describe that any better. Thank you. I mean, different colors. I believe that to be true, and that comes with the same thing when you're just doing one place in time. You can only use those um, class railroads in that time, and to me, um, that's great that people can do that. That's their layout, and I appreciate that. But for me, just like you said, colors. I think that just makes it really great. I mean, I've got all of the class one railroads. So yeah, thank you. All right. Well, this has turned out to be better than expected. I really appreciate this. So let's see what else. I don't know if I can move. I don't know if I can move this around or not. I don't know if I'm going to lose the feed or not if I disconnect. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to see next, please put it down. You know, I will tell you this right now. I'm working on the center section of my table, and I'm putting in a turntable. So, which is kind of cool. I didn't expect to put a turntable in the center of the section, but it gives me another option to do something, and that's what's cool about this. I can work, I can shut off every light here independently, and I can just play in one area, which is really unique because that's the way I made it. I don't have to run the whole layout. You know, so and I enjoy just playing in one area. It's You can be there for hours just switching out stuff. And maybe that's what I should do is maybe do some more switching. But you know, uh, that's why I ask if you guys have any suggestions, what maybe content you'd like to see. Hey, Mystic, how are you doing today? This is just a test. This is my first live test, and I didn't even know that I was able to do this. So after a few times, I just let me see here. Gerald says, "Sweet. How big of a thumbnail are you going to?" Oh, turntable. Oh, a turntable. It's 130. It's the Walthers. Yeah, it's 130 because most of my locomotives are pretty big, and so yeah, I haven't done anything. I haven't showed that yet, and I thought to myself, I'll do a cool little video on that, and I'll go from there. So, as far as locomotives, um, I'm partial to UP, but I like all railroads. I mean, and that's what I enjoy. I'm good. Just got off work. Got 4 days off now. I like shorter videos with a mix of layout development and running and operating. Okay, Mystic, I hear you. It's kind of like the same for me. It's like I got a tension span about the size of a medium rubber band. Let's see how far we can pull it before it snaps. And I think that's what I try to do. My thing is I'm just trying to get into the part where I try to make the build as interesting as possible, like the last build that I did, and I kind of messed up there, but actually it turned out okay. I mean, I just need to get into this is all new to me. And even this live event, it's all new. Never done this before. So, but in any case, let me see. Let me see if I can actually turn this around. I'm using a computer for a laptop for this. So let me see if I can actually turn it around. Okay, it's going to be a little jerky. So let's see if we can turn this thing around. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you guys can see it. It might be a little bright. You should do a video before, during installation, and after installation of the turntable. If you're installing on phone, look up how to do a video up on YouTube. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Mystic. Yeah, this is the newer style of the turntable. I've had it for a while, so I finally decided to pull it out of the box. I didn't even think that I was going to use this. So, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. So so the reason why I really haven't done a video on this yet because I'm still working in the way this is I don't know. This is my lead right here into the center section. So I'm trying to appropriate the track to where it's going to work best for me because I really don't have a yard. I mean, I do. My bottom staging has a yard, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to do a video on this. But I think I'm going to. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I got to do a before and after, absolutely. But until I decide where the track's going to go, I'm going to wait on that. So thank you for that advice. Okay, Kay says, so with the turn, okay, so I don't know, as you can see right here, I did get one of those roundhouse stalls. It's just three for right now. So, but I'm gonna I've been watching some YouTube videos and kind of debating on how I'm going to do this as far as stalls. I know I'm going to do some that are open. I might do some with different houses. It's still kind of all in the works. So, I mean, as little time as I have to do all this, it's I'm trying to juggle everything. But in any case, okay. So Mystic, okay, Mystic says occasional buffering, but not too bad. I would know how to fix that. That's maybe because I moved my computer because I'm using a my laptop for this because I'm not too smart in cameras and all that other stuff. So I'm just trying to do this the easiest way that I possibly know how to. And the computer that I got works great. I mean, it's for content like this. So I mean, not might not be the best, but how long? Okay, Mystic says, how long have you been railroading? Again, as off, as a little kid, my dad and my grandpa, they were into it. And I remember my grandpa's layout, he had slot cars in it. So that was really cool. Slot cars and model trains. So yeah, so and it's just been on and off. Just recently in the last few years, I finally got into it. And because I actually have a place where I can do it. And not have to worry about it being taken down or have to worry about moving because this layout is pretty extensive. I mean, it's the full length of the garage. It's a big ordeal. I hope that answers your question. Mystic, am I still buffering? Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, it might be because I moved my computer. Maybe as my channel grows and my knowledge grows, maybe I will get into better equipment. I mean, I mean, this is all new to me. I've only been doing this now for what, about 5 months, and I really don't know much. So I got a question. Gerald said, "No, it's good." Okay, thank you, Gerald. Okay, I got a question for you guys. Okay, so how many of you guys have actual layouts, or are in building a layout? That's my question to you guys. Okay. Okay, Mystic says he's got a 2 foot by 5 foot N scale. Oh, that's really cool. You know, I've always wanted to do N scale, and I do have N scale, and I'm just trying to figure out a place where I can put it on my layout, and that I'm gonna do because it's a little bit bigger and I can see better. So, but I do have some N scale. That's cool, Mystic. Okay, Tom says, just redid mine, no scenery yet. Okay, cool. Now, what scale is that, Tom? HO scale. Okay. All right. I for a while there, I thought before I did this, I thought I might want to try O scale, but I don't have any O scale. I don't nothing in O scale. And here it is again. It's just because, as some of us grow older, our eyesight's just not that good. But I'm glad I stuck with HO because everything I have is in HO. For the longest, here, let me turn. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna turn this to this area over here. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this part of the layout, this was my this was actually my first part of the layout besides my desk, because my desk for the longest time, that's 8 feet, and it's like it's like 10 inches or 12 inches in one area and maybe 16 inches in the other area because I needed room on my desk. And I only use that for a switching layout for the longest time. And there was nothing on it. It was just track and make believe. Just I wanted to get it done. I took my time. And I, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And, you just, I mean, a lot of this was all hand carved. It's a lot of carving. All right, let me see what we got in the descriptions here. Okay, Gerald says, let me see. Okay. There's no room for me, but trying to put a local club that still has 100. Okay. Well, you know, um, I hear you. I do. But you know what? I'm glad to have you guys. I'm glad to hear from you guys. And um, I'm glad you guys like watching model guys that do have it. And for the longest time for me as well, I didn't have a place. I didn't. Everything I had to be transferred from storage to storage, and it kind of sucked. And at one point, I was going to get rid of everything, but life finally happened, and here I am. Okay, Gerald says I have a model layout. It's shaped like an L, 40 feet long, 8 feet wide on one end, 14. Oh wow, HO scale. Digitrack DCC radio control. Cool. Now I did start with Digitracks, um, but here is again, it got so complicated for me. Um, I was over a friend's house, and he had what I'm using currently now is MRC products, Prodigy Wireless, and that's what I use for this layout. It's so simple to use, and it's not that I'm not intelligent enough to do anything else. It's just that I want to make life simpler for me, and this is how I did it. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, D. Shepard says working on a layout track right now while to appear on model railroading live this year with Big Bill and the track plan. Wow, cool. Okay, Gerald says his is a continuous run. I hear you. Yeah, I well, this layout right here is a continuous run, and I made it a double main so I can let two trains run. And because for me, that's kind of what it's about. I love to see trains run. So, but I also like the switching aspect. So, yeah, that is a lot of layout. Thank you, Mystic. All right, let's go back to where I was so I can plug my computer. I think the bars are starting to go down on it. Sorry about that, guy. That was my dog bowl. Yeah, in my icon, that's my dog. His name's Bear. Okay, Gerald says we used to do train shows in St. Louis area with this layout. Wow, that's kind of cool. I really admire the guys who have modules and they have layouts like that because you can actually disconnect part of your layout and you can actually reconnect it to somebody else's layout. That is really cool. And I think Jason from the train freak, he's building a couple modules. So he take to shows. Okay, um, that hasn't been asked. Do you have friends in modeling that have helped you to do your layout? Um, I'm going to be upfront and honest with all of you. I learned a lot of my skills up on YouTube. I mean, really. I mean, I've subscribed to guys years and years and years ago, and you take all that information and you just, like I said, it gets inputted up here, and then you put it to your hands. Take for instance, like that whole mountain range. Um, no help whatsoever. It was what I got from on YouTube, and just years of doing small layouts here and there. But yeah, all my help. Okay. Okay, Gerald says, yes, I took it apart for the move to Plainfield, Illinois, and put it back together in my basement. Runs great. See, that's really cool. This, I don't think I could take this apart. This was made, this was made to not come apart. And if I wanted to make it come apart to be able to have a part of this layout disassemble, but if I ever had to move from my property, I could probably take it out in chunks, but all right. Daryl, what is the total size of your layout? Well, that's a good question because that's a really hard one to answer. And, you know, my garage size is like a 20 by 22, and it kind of fills the whole room, but I take a couple feet off from that, and so I guess in a couple feet from that side, because so I guess you can call it, it fills a room like store because I wanted everybody to see how it was actually fit in the garage because it's kind of like was said before, it's all well layout is maybe when I retire would be really, really. Are you guys still there? Because my computer kind of did something. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Still here. Okay. All right. My computer just did something really weird, and I wouldn't know how to fix it. I'd have to run and get one of the kids to help me out. Okay. Like I said, guys, this was just a test, and I had no idea this was going to happen. So, but hey, I'm glad you guys are all here. And like I said, this is what it's all about. I mean, just having a good time. Just okay. Yeah, it's buffering pretty heavy now. Yeah, because it did something on the computer, and I don't know what it kind of was going in and out. Okay. Well, I don't know what I can do to fix that. It might be because I'm in the garage and the actual connection to get the Wi-Fi is in the living room. So that could be part of it. Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I'm glad I did this too. Yeah, yeah, I might have to get one of those kids to help. I don't know. I okay. It says Mystic says hardwire with Ethernet cable maybe, but you would need a long cable, I guess. That might be a really good idea. I might have to do that. But like I said, this was more like a test, and I think by me moving it around a lot, I mean the signal is just trying to catch where I'm at, and it could be because of everything being enclosed. So it could be that. So oh, it's better now. Okay. Yeah, I think by me moving around the computer, I didn't think that was it's just next to impossible for me to be out here because the garage, let's say one day it gets 90, the next day it gets 95. Well, by that second day it's 95, it's 100 in this garage. And the next day it gets to be 100 degrees. Well, it gets to be 115 in this garage. That is just my dog doesn't come in the garage, so that's the bad part of being in a garage. Um, well, yeah, I got one of the kids is twitching right now. And I just recently upgraded my internet to FiOS because he came up to me and goes, "Hey, I want to start twitching." And I'm like, "You mean twitching?" He laughs and then I go, he goes, "No, no, no. I mean, I need better internet." So that's what we did. Thunderstorms all day here in Missouri, low 50s. Thank you, D. Thumbs up for the test. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? But actually, here in California, we've had a cloud cover. They call it June gloom, and it's been kind of drizzly for the last few days. But we're supposed to get up in the near 80s and 90s. So far, I've been pretty lucky. So I don't know what I'm going to do when it comes to when it gets so hot in this garage. I mean, I do have an air conditioner unit, but wow, that gets costly. Hey, Jerry, what's up, my friend? Oh, okay. What part of Cali you in? I have family in Ridgecrest. Ridgecrest is up near Big Bear Lake, and oh no, it's not. It's not. Oh no, yeah, Ridgecrest is about a couple hours away from here. I'm actually in the Pasadena area of California, so like I said, it gets pretty hot in this area. I guess you can call it. We'll just call it the San Gabriel Valley. That's exactly where I'm at, San Gabriel Valley. Hey, Jerry. I just after a couple of attempts, I just decided to try to go live, and lo and behold, I had some friends. I mean, come and knock on my door. So we just been kind of chatting. So I wasn't planning on doing this. This just kind of sort of happened. But I'm glad to see you. Does everything look okay, Jerry? Well, in any case, yeah. Since I'm Yeah, it's fine. You have a lag sometimes. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. They already told me I need to get one of the kids and see if they can fix it because I'm not computer worthy. But well, I don't know if that was on purpose, Mystic. Me being in the dark and my layout being lit up very nice. I think that maybe that was done purpose. But like I said, this part of the area where I'm standing, there's absolutely no light because my whole layout is shadow boxed. So that's why we're getting it dark. So maybe if I just, maybe if I do this the next time, I light out, see my beautiful face, right? So, but yeah, and nobody in the house knows that I gone live. So I'll probably have people busting in. Well, I'm surprised nobody's busted in the garage yet to do laundry, um, throw the ball to the dog. So, so I've been pretty lucky so far. Thank you, Jerry. Hey, Jerry, are you going to Strasbourg or or not? Okay, so up to this point, how long has it taken you to get this far? Ooh. Um, okay, on the other side of the layout, um, up above my desk, because I love woodworking. And I know, Jerry, I watched some of your videos, Jerry, on woodworking. I love woodworking. I mean, so I took all my woodworking equipment to work in order to build this. So that was a couple years ago, but I actually didn't get started. Well, this part of the grand scheme, honestly, probably in the last year, I built all this. I mean, when I really think about it, I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. But on the other side, where I have my first switching layout, when I had all my equipment in my garage, I just had that as set up. There was no ballast, there was no buildings, just track. And I just played pretend. So, oh, really? So, Boxjar says he's going tomorrow with John 26:18 and myself are going. Oh, that's cool. You guys must live in the same area. So Missy says he's going to put up a product review. Okay, do I have any signals? I have signals in boxes, but I was getting to that part. The only signals that I have are um, what you call them, the the crossing signals, um, and those do work. In one of my shorts, I I have them going on. So, but as far as signaling and signals, um, wow, that's just a whole different ball game for me. I mean, I guess that's kind of a yes and a kind of a no question. Yeah. No, John says he lives in Florida, but he's here for work. Jerry, what actually do you do? Because if I remember correctly, I heard you say you were in Baltimore. Thank you, Mystic. Yeah, that is pretty productive for 1 year. But here it is again. Because I have a woodworking background, um, building and constructing was kind of like second nature to me. So, and when I look at all the wood in here, to what wood costs now, especially here in Southern California, Oh, I don't know if I would build something this big. I mean, because this is really huge. Because, like I said, all tops are all they're all everything's shadow boxed, and which makes it neat because I can store stuff on top. That's what makes it neat, and I think that's what's really cool. I, there. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense, Jerry. Well, that's kind of far, I guess. If that's I mean, I don't know where you live, but you said John lives in Florida. That's pretty far. What scale am I modeling, Jerry? HO. Hi, Frank. Frank asks, love the way you use the space for the layout. Do you have an operations on your line? Okay, here it is again. There's just enough room for me to get in here, but as far as operations, really honestly, I guess I could say really not, no, because this is kind of like a fictional layout. It's just what comes off the top of my head because it just comes to my head. So basically, I mean, I think I could do operations with it. Absolutely. Um, I mean, I think I put out a few switching videos, but as far as prototypical, nah, there's nothing prototypical about this layout. I'm just having fun. And so I don't know if that answers your question, Frank. Mystic says Jerry does fine work. I'm sure he does. I've seen some of his before videos. I mean, on some of his woodworking. It's a talent, I can tell you. It is. Okay, so Jerry, you live in Pennsylvania. Okay, all right. You work for the streetcar museums. That's pretty cool. Mystic goes, do I got industries? Yeah, I got quite a few industries. And like I said, they're all modern. I mean, nothing that you will see on my layout is you can buy. I have nothing on my layout you can buy. It's all done by either um well like okay, like back here. This building right here, that's hardboard. All my building, most of my buildings are made out of hardboard, hardwood and hard. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, hardboard, I guess. And I just cut them to size, and I sand them down, paint them, and kind of make them look like a modern building. I mean, I could spend hours on one building to make it all look very, very convincing. You're not gonna see any rain gutters are up here. I mean, I do got the cut in the slabs, to make it look like it's all concrete. But me, I mean, it's everything's time consuming, and that's why I don't build a certain layout for a certain time or a certain place because my OCD will not allow it. I just it just won't allow it because I will be on that forever and I'll never be happy with it. So that's why I just kind of did a freelance. And as far as switching goes, um, I have no names on my building, and that's a kind of a problem because when I do videos, I mean, I don't know what to call them, So, um, so I'm still new in all this. So, um, anyway, let me see what else is going on here. Yeah, Jerry, that's why I put my computer that I'm streaming off of in front of here. This is like one of my favorite places. And I got a lot of favorite places, but this area right here is bright. and it's very colorful. That's why I put the BNSFs out in front, because they're very colorful. Even though I'm partial to UP, but we kind of had this discussion earlier. I mean, I have all class one railroads, all of them, every single one of them. And they all come from my second level. Well, it's not really a second level. It's my staging yard down underneath. So let's see. Um, Are you in any clubs as La Mesa, San Diego? Yeah, no, La Mesa is very beautiful. As a matter of fact, I do want to go visit that. I have a couple guys who want me to join some clubs around here. Uh, the one's in Glendale, and the other one is in La Mirada. And my thing is it's time, because I'm on the road sometimes 10, 12 hours a day. And by the time I get home, I'm tired. So, and I don't know if you guys notice driving on the road nowadays, it's like COVID just released the jungle. I mean, people are they're just cutting you off. And I drive a big truck. So, you know, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. So when it comes to model railroading, the only time that I have is for here. I would love to join clubs. You didn't notice the you didn't notice the water scene. Well, let me get out of the way so you can enjoy it. Yeah, it is quite beautiful. And here it is again. This area right here. I mean, this isn't my first rodeo. This isn't my first layout. I've had a lot of practice, but like I said, here it is again. Where I learned everything is YouTube. Fellow guys like you, fellow guys like me, and I watch everybody's channel. And I like what everybody's got. And like I said, you put all that together, it goes to my brain and goes right to my hands. As far as this water scene, this was all done Envirotech and Envirotech Light. And I actually used two 64-ounce bottles of that stuff for this scene. That's a lot. And I'm just kind of giving you a preview. All I did for this is I painted the bottom like almost like the same color. There's no rocks in it or anything. And as I was doing the Envirotech, I just picked the kind of green, which you would normally see from the air, because water's kind of green. And I just lightly mixed it in there and then just poured it. This was done in 2 pours though. I did a first light one and then I did the second one. And being in the garage, it came out okay. So I got kind of lucky. I had a few flies stick to it, but what are you going to do? I'm in a garage. Okay, are you going to have a roundhouse for the new? Okay, where are we? Oh, Gerald asked about the roundhouse. Yeah, I did show that earlier. I took the computer over and I showed the roundhouse. Yeah, actually, I do have a roundhouse. Well, I mean, I don't have a roundhouse yet, but I just installed a turntable. And like I said, I've been so busy, I really haven't had time just to do like a video on that. And that's going to be kind of a long video. So here it is again. I don't know if I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm just kind of waiting to see how the track work fits into the roundhouse because this is my center section. And I've been using my center section as a place to set everything on. So this has been kind of difficult for me because I kind of don't have room for a lot of stuff. So I hope that answered Gerald's question about the roundhouse. Yes. I mean, going to have one of those for sure. So, I mean, I have a lot of scenery in here that probably hasn't been shown yet on video, and it's just getting to it. That's really the whole thing. And there's been a lot that I did that I should have done so. Thank you, Mystic, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Gerald, yeah, the lift up bridges are 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 really kind of unique in itself. Let me see. Let me see if I can actually. You know what? And I don't want to move the computer, but I did a video that was like my second video that I did, but thank you. Yeah, the lift up bridges are really cool. I have no choice but to have them. I wish I didn't, but I have no choice. And like I said, my main one, the one that's over here, I don't know. Maybe I can turn it. Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to see. But this one right here is my main one, and this one, I don't know, let's see here. If I take it down, this rubber thing. But yeah, that's I don't know, it's kind of hard to see because I don't like I said, everything's in a shadow box, and this part of the layout right here, the drop down bridge. But I think I'm going to fix that. I just because this bridge is 4.5 feet long, it almost touches the top of the roof. So again, it's just another engineering feat. So all right, let me put that back up.